One of the most remarkable miracles in the Bible is a story when Jesus walks on water. You remember the story. He's just fed 5,000 plus people. It's getting late. The disciples are getting tired. Jesus is getting tired. And so Jesus sends them on ahead on the boat and says, I'm going to go up on this mountain and spend some time alone with my Father and pray. I'm always intrigued why Jesus did that. Why did he want to be on his own and send them away? Oh, if you read on, maybe that'll explain the answer a little bit. You remember it was getting kind of late and the disciples' boat was quite far in the sea when all of a sudden the disciples look up and they see something coming closer and closer. They're not quite sure what it is. They think it's a ghost, some kind of spirit or whatever. And they realise that it's actually Jesus. And here he is walking on water. I mean, what a sight that must have been, isn't it? I mean, it's not every day you get to see somebody walking on water, but here is Jesus defying gravity in every sense of the word. And so he's there. And as he gets a little bit closer, they begin to realise that it's their Lord. And who's the guy that jumps up? Peter. Peter's always the guy who jumps up, isn't he? He's always the one who's first to jump in. And he's like, Lord, if that's you, then let me come out too. But notice he asked permission first. He didn't just jump in and start to go towards Jesus. He wants to be able to walk on walk on water as Jesus did. And he does. And I find that incredible. Can you imagine Peter's first step as he walks? I mean, normal circumstances, the first thing what happens when you walk on water, you're going to go down, you're going to sink. But Peter's first step, he walked. And he puts his other foot out of the boat and stands on the water and he walks. And it must have been an incredible feeling. I can imagine Peter looking down and maybe seeing fish swimming underneath his feet. What an amazing sight. But then the winds started to get up. Peter took his eyes off the Lord, and we know what happened next. He started to sink. And as he's sinking, he cries out, Lord, save me. And immediately the text says, Jesus stretched out, got his hand and brought him back up. And notice the hidden miracle. Peter walks again on water, this time back into the boat. And what an amazing sight that must have been for them. And so Jesus says to them, oh, you of little faith. And then at the very end of the text it says, truly, truly, you are the Son of God. I mean, how much more proof do the disciples need as to who Jesus is? But I'm wondering about you. When's the last time you stepped out and did something for Jesus? When's the last time you stepped out and asked God to help you take that first step of courage? To help you take that first step to trust him? You see, that's only going to happen when we fix our eyes on the author and perfecter of our life, Jesus. We must fix our eyes on him. Peter began to sink when he took his eyes off Jesus. And so much it is with life. When life swallows us up and we start to drown in our despair, it's then we need to focus on Jesus. And he will save us. Every time he will save us. So my challenge or thought, I guess, is simply this. If you haven't stepped out in a long time, if you haven't done anything really incredible for Jesus lately, then let me encourage you to try that. You will never know. I'm not saying you're going to be able to walk in water. I'm not saying your faith is going to help you move mountains. But what I am saying is that through faith in Christ, you could go on to do great things for Christ. So challenge yourself, push yourself, believe Christ, take him at his word. I think the reason why Jesus sent them ahead is because Jesus knew the storm was coming. He knew, because the other account tells us there was a storm happening. And so Jesus knew the storm was coming and he wanted to test their faith. Hence why he says, you of little faith. God bless you.